Yes, metalheads, you'll never guess what. Oh, so you did guess. Yeah, we're back out metal detecting. We've gone to that field that I found a big Roman Cistercius on a couple of evenings ago. The one that's covered in dirty aluminium snots, but with renewed vigour. We're going to try and work our way through them and see if we can find some decent finds. I'm hoping for a bit of luck because I've got my new hat today that my mate John Clayton down in Devon, he gave me. So let's see what we can fish out of the ground today. Catch you in a bit. Now I'm nearly back at the car and I think I've got a spindle whorl. It's very primitive, very thin. Am I on a Roman hotspot here? Don't know. Very interesting. I might have to come back here at the weekend. Catch you later. Well, my lucky hat seems to be paying off already. Thank you, John. I think I've got a token here. Bloody great big thick thing. Number 27. On both sides. Maybe some sort of farming token. Yeah, how thick that is. I thought I was on to another Roman to start with, but it would have Roman numerals, not normal ones. On we go though. Now this gets rather curious. Little decorative piece. I had one of these on the cricket field, and that's got to be best part of half a mile straight as a crow flies from here. Wonder what on earth they are. Looks as if they were nailed onto something. Strange. Well, metalheads, I'm struggling for signals and targets in this field quite a bit. It's been a long time since the last find. This, I think, is merely a bridle ring. I'm wishing it to be more because it's not so regular in shape. Whether that's decay that's deformed it or whether it's very old. Can't call it any more than a bridle ring though. Let's keep trying. So up till now I've been gridding a patch of the field, not with great success, so I decided to do a bit of free ranging. Straight away I've found this little target. Absolutely no idea at all. If it was any bigger, I'd say it was a stair rod gripper thing for you holding your carpet down. I don't think the diameter's big enough for that. So, total mystery yet again. Let's see if we can find anything better. Right, well and truly at the end of the session now. I don't know what I've got here at all. I'm losing light, but I think it might be some kind of badge or a medallion type thing. That one needs cleaning up when I'm home. A bit of light to do it justice, I think. Okay, maybe one more target or so before I head home, but I really am pushing it and running out of light. So here we are, metalheads. First find of the morning, just below the surface. I was thinking maybe it's a golf tee, but surely you don't want to be whacking your posh golf clubs against an aluminium lump like that. Looks like it might have hinged on those two lugs on the side. Absolutely no idea. But it ain't been in the ground for long. Right, I think I've got my first button after gridding about half of a football field. This field is so quiet. There should be lots more buttons in here. Maybe it's not had the land usage, maybe it was woodland. Don't know, it's baffling me. Well, here's our next find. Maybe a little token or something. Number 12 on it. Bizarre round things with numbers on. There aren't coins in this field. I don't think there's much on the other side. It was bent almost double. I've been able to straighten it out. It could have so easily have been a hammered coin that size. On we go. Well, now I've got the tap off the kitchen sink. Wouldn't surprise me if the kitchen sink ain't been chopped up into little bits and scattered all over this field. Still, you got to work through this shit to find the good. This is only a fragment, but I think it's got quite some age to it. I think it's a rim shade off either a plate or a cooking pot, a big bowl. You can see the profile better on that edge there. Dark enough in colour to be reasonably old. Not ideal though, is it? The persistency's started to pay off a little bit. Still hundreds of snots that I'm digging, but next door to that fragment of pot or bowl, got a little surface find here. I've had to clear the wheat chaff away, but I've got a lump of a dirty great big hammered coin. It's trying to make out what's on it. I think that's part of the Stuart shield. And what lettering we got? LVS. Bit patchy for identification, but I'd perhaps say Charles the First. Carlolvs, LVS. That would have been a whacking great shilling at one point in time. Players battered the fuck out of it though. Still, but there's one on the field, there's going to be more. Let's do it, renewed with vigour. Next find up, I think we've got a drawer handle. Rather pitted and worse for wear. But another target. Let's dig more. Another coin up metalheads, decimal penny. Seems to be great chunks of history missing out of this field. I can't work it out. No pre-decimals. Straight from Roman, Stuart, Queen Elizabeth II. Nothing in between. Don't know if it's been detected before, but you'd be a right bloody idiot to detect on this field with all the snots in here. There's more snots in here than the bloody COVID ward. Let's carry on. And so the same theme continues. Another decimal coin. Round pound in the ground this time. Can't even spend that anymore. Oh well. And yet again, I have no ideas on this one. Some kind of random, long, pokey thing with a knobble on it. No idea at all. Something a bit different this time. Thumping great musket ball. That'll give you a bit of an headache, I should say. So, Barney's digging. What you found, Boo? You found this. Huge great lump of lead. Size of that. Well, one thing it can't be is a pot mend, because that'd make it heavier than the bloody pot. I honestly don't know with this field. Full of bizarre artefacts. And yet another bizarre find come up. Some kind of copper bubble, balloon type thing. Whether it's some kind of ball float, some kind of plum related thing, I guess. Oh dear. I've started getting a couple of buttons come up as I get further across the field. Fairly decent tomback, if buttons are your thing. I've done a couple of alterations to the detector. I had it on all metal with my iron audio on, and it was bleeping and blooping like one of the Lord Random's raves. So I've now gone back to my beach settings, into custom mode, iron audio off, and notched everything out below 40. Just quietened it down a fair old bit, making the decent targets easier to hear from all the background chatter. We'll see how we go like this for a bit. Now at last I got my first buckle off this field. Only a horse buckle, probably a girth buckle that goes around the belly of the animal. Huge great thing. And yet another curious find. Huge great lump of bronze this time. Fairly modern, I think. Got a hole through either end, so whether that was fixing screws or whether something ran through it. And probably something coming out the top of it as well. It's part of a lamp. Don't know. Very bizarre. So I've had a couple of lead items come up. First one, obviously a weight, whether it's a net weight or a loom weight, and then a reasonably round flat piece. Whether that's some kind of old lead token, I don't know. I've got another couple of bits of lead that might be of interest. I'll show those in the roundup, group them all together and see if we can work a pattern out of this. I am getting closer and closer to where that big Roman sestertius came up. Whether it means anything, I don't know. Great Scott! I must have walked in excess of an acre on this field, backwards and forwards, gridding, and I've got my first pre-decimal coin. Queen Victoria, Vale Head, 1900. I wonder if I've got to walk another acre before I find another. You couldn't make it up. Another coin. But who the hell is this mush? I don't recognise that at all. Okay, let's work at this logically. It's facing the left, so it could be George II, could be George IV, but it don't like George IV. It's no later than that, so go backwards. It's a mush, so it can't be Anne. William III faced the other way. Could it be Charles II as a copper coin? I haven't got a clue on that. Let's see if I can get any more detail when I get home. This field is absolutely bonkers of the randomness of what's coming up in here. I'll report back to you. Okay, metalheads, we're back home now, doing the roundup. It's quite a bit of stuff, so let's deal with the lead first. Middle row, I think we've got possible farm token, musket ball, either a net or a loom weight, and something that would have sat around a square section shaft, and best of the lead, a spindle whorl. But I've been thinking about these two pieces at the top, these huge great lumps. I'm wondering if these are ingots that somebody's been smelting lead. You look on that edge, that looks like a cut line, as if it's had a lump chopped off at that end, and the same that end. Bloody heavy great things. Maybe Detector Kev's been down the fields. Okay, let's have a look at the next group. So here's our second group of finds. What we've got here, huge great horse buckle, horn of plenty or horn of nothingness perhaps, couple of drawer knobs, some kind of pressed patterned Victorian furniture fitting maybe. This decorative piece, bronze again or brass, maybe some kind of light fitting. I've decided definitely a stair rod gripper. Half a dozen buttons, a bizarre aluminium thing that I thought perhaps was a golf tee, but having second thoughts on that. What may well have been part of a bronze bowl, or turn it up the other way, a bell. And strangely enough, these two lumps here look like molten brass flash, that somebody's been casting brass or bronze. Hard to tell the two apart. So maybe we've got bronze casting and lead casting in that field. Really is making my mind boggle. Okay, now let's move on to the third and final group. Okay, let's round it all off. Decimal currency, £1 and 4p. A little decorative brass piece. Quite an old horse harness ring. This I've cleaned up slightly. I think it's from a key fob. It says at the bottom Nova Scotia. It's a Canadian key fob perhaps. And then the real gems. Queen Victoria Vale head, 1 penny, 1900. Then we've got a couple of tokens. That one I really do like. Number 27, tumble turns, and very thick. No idea of the age on that. And a smaller token, illegible around the outside, but definitely a number 12 in the middle. And then That brings us down to these two. Okay, let's have a look at this pair of Charlies. To the left, this fragment is from a silver hammered coin, LVS, and tail end of the monarch's name. There can only be the one name, Carlolvs, either Charles I or II. Looking at the size of what it would have been, perhaps a shilling in its day, but the first bit of silver off this field. And now the real gem of the weekend. This is a Charles II milled copper farthing. It's the first copper milled coins that the Royal Mint ever produced. You can just make out, if I hit the light right, Carolus on the side. Flip it over and very faint, there's Britannia. Now these coins were minted between 1672 and 1679. Only 5 of those years were these coins actually minted. So not only is it a coin with pedigree of being one of the earliest milled coins this country ever produced, it's pretty damn rare. I'm happy with that. That's made my weekend. Okay, metalheads, catch you all the next time up in that snot field. Ta-da.